Okay,
Good
so
old French.
Sui Annukka, The Mother Son.
The Mother Son.
It's an Audible original. Best 20 books from 2023.
When was it released?
Best
What?
book.
Listen, I'm not asking for a year, mate.
I don't know. Does it matter? You know, you definitely messed up there.
What are you talking about? I just want to know when it was released.
You definitely messed up.
I just want to know when it was released.
I know what I just messed up. Look for your faces.
I don't want to know when it was released, bro.
All right. I'll find it. But you definitely messed up.
No, I didn't.
25th of May.
There you go. See, was that so hard?
No, you messed up. But you
Listen,
covered. But it's all right.
All I want to know was when it was released.
All right, go. You messed up. But yeah, what did you think? Probably no. This is actually the worst book we've read.
Yeah, nah.
And to be fair, it's good because we can't keep reading good books every week because it makes the following week book less good because we're used to a good book. We need a rubbish book so the next week when you come with a good book, 100%. It's gonna be like it's gonna blow you out the water.
Do you know what? Actually, the book that actually blew me out the water was When Crickets Cry. I don't know if you remember when we did that.
That blew me out the water, but you was just like 6.
Yeah, I didn't listen. First of all, we could look back, and if I said 6, that's cool. But at the end of the day, I think 6 is a good score. No, you don't think 6 is a good score.
No,
but that's why I said out of 10 makes no sense because anything less than 7's rude.
100%, yeah, 100%.
Literally anything less than 7's rude.
Yeah, no, but
imagine you say, rate me out of 10. 6.
Yeah, but it was deserving of more though. It was quite good. It was quite a very, very good book. You know, it had the feeling in.
On a scale of this book to the Bible, I give it a 6.
The Bible's
the best book.
Hello, we're in the UK. You can say what you want. This is. So yeah, it's not worth reading. But if you did,
respectfully,
you did, then stay tuned and we're going to tell you why it's not worth it. Because you might think it's on the best 2023 books, best book list. Of
someone likes it.
Some people, a large swath of people like it.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah,
100%. In fact, I thought it doesn't read like a storybook. It reads more like a self-help book that's pretended to be a storybook. That's
really
what it read like a kind of self-help, self-actualization, just themes of like guilt and loss and all these things. Just this character going through all these things, and there wasn't really any conclusion of the. Yeah, it was just a person struggling.
I'm just trying to make sure everything's alright with this.
What focus?
I feel like I'm in focus. It's focusing on me, but not focusing on you. And it should. That's kind of impossible. Just come forward a touch.
Yeah, I might be too far.
I think we're just gonna have to run with it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no one's gonna watch this anyway.
Literally.
See, that's for YouTube Shorts. You see what I'm saying? That's literally YouTube Shorts. This is what we need to be doing. But yeah,
that Bible one as well.
Well, maybe not. If we're gonna get banned. But yeah. So go on with your first point.
Yeah, that was my first point. This doesn't read like a storybook. It reads more like a self-help book masquerading as a storybook. In any case, it teases real themes of depression, guilt, loss, self-harm, and even suicide attempts, yada. Things that are relevant to like real people in real life. So these are the kinds of books that admittedly you can end up having big conversations about. It wasn't very entertaining at all, really.
Really? See,
but you can have big conversations about some of these concepts that are in there.
Okay. Alright. I kind of hear what you're saying to a certain point, but self-help books are supposed to help. They didn't give you no advice. They didn't give you no nothing. They just highlighted how shit hers was. That's what it did. And also with the car crash as well, that was plonk on plate, mate. Yeah, she just had. But anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, self-help book, self-smell. No, I put chapter 4. It's nice and early for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Alright.
And I am initially underwhelmed. This book is on best 20 books from 2023. Why? Chapter 4. And
he didn't even say why. He literally just said, "What's this?"
Yeah, basically, it's underwhelming. It's underwhelming. There was nothing going on, sort of thing. Straight away,
it was ridiculous. And one of the earliest chapters straight was like an hour long, and I was literally just like, I thought it was chapter 5 that was just an hour long, and I was just listening to it.
Do you listen to it? Do you go like this? I will listen to chapter 3 today. I listened to chapter 4 today.
Well, I did this in one sitting, so not this book, but
is that what you normally do? I don't do 2 chapters a day. I just listen.
Because to be fair, I do everything when I'm not at work. I'm doing everything else at the same time. I'll be at work and then not work. I have 2 phases in my life. I'll be doing everything else at the exact same time. So I'll be writing, I'll be reading.
Do you think you could listen while you work?
What? When I work, because I'm a bartender. I
Yeah,
can't.
you just fucking mix drinks in your
Nah,
hands.
because like first of all, you got to hear the customers saying the order as well. So I'd have to be like this every minute.
Just one ear.
And then, obviously, my manager's already on my case, right? In fact, my manager's on my case for being on my phone too much. So somehow I see this as a bit
I don't know why
counterproductive.
managers are like that. Are you getting your work done?
Do you see what I'm
So
saying?
leave me alone.
It's ridiculous. I said to him, I know literally millions of drinks.
I tried to, bro. I used to work in. I'm a lorry driver, and I used to work in the building merchant. And my man told me I had to come off my phone. I said, "Fuck off!" And you're my dad. Come off my phone. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Oh my
nah.
5.
Yeah, no, literally. The worst one is when they're
So
like,
what
why
if
you
I'm
got-
driving?
Bro-
No, joking. No, I wasn't. I wasn't there.
The worst one is when they're like, why you keep going toilet? That's what somebody said. One of my
Wow.
managers said to me. I literally said, you just repeat that question to yourself in the head.
So I'm
Do you
getting
want to piss
blows
here?
from your
Jesus
mother.
Christ.
That's why.
You want to piss here?
That's what she
Anyways,
said.
yeah, nah.
So we've got to take that one out as well. Innit?
Yeah, you got to edit everything out.
Or YouTube shorts. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go again.
Yeah.
I said, surely that's a stereotype at the very least for Indians/Sri Lankans to be saying bloody bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say that either.
To be fair, yeah, nah.
But they would know in the book. They were saying
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
They were
nah,
like,
literally.
"What do you think? You know."
Yeah, nah, they were cooking.
It's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. You
was
know,
actually
like
cooking
it was.
entire
It was.
content,
Oh, I did
bro.
the neck thing and everything.
Yeah, nah.
But
it's
yeah,
bad.
it felt like. I mean, if she is of that, then it's cool. But do they really say bloody? You know, like that.
I feel like they probably look. Stereotypes come from somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It's
So
like,
black people like chicken for a reason, is what you're saying.
well, look, chicken tastes good. Do you know what I mean? Like, who doesn't like chicken? Show me your person in this world that doesn't like chicken. So that's different. Do
trying to
you see
think.
what I'm saying? Everybody
And
likes
what
chicken.
Chinese people are good at maths then?
I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen Chinese person that's bad at maths? Listen, they got like the best education system in the world or whatever. They're probably the best at every subject. It's probably not just maths. They're probably just the best at every single subject. Because, you know, especially in Asia, bro, these parents,
So do
A's. All A's.
So do Welsh people really shag sheep?
Okay, well that now. Come on. I'm pretty sure Welsh people shag Welsh women. I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken.
Well, you're actually arguing the case for these stereotypes, isn't it? I
I
just
said
wanted to see how
stereotypes
funny
come from somewhere, but I don't think the
So
whole
do black
Welsh
people
thing.
Chuck Spears?
Huh? I'm pretty sure we used to at some point. Depending on how far back we're going.
I
I'm
haven't
pretty sure
even
we used
started drinking yet, mate.
to. Yeah. This is even sober. This is even on 0. Nah, it's crazy.
Oh, I get into trouble at work for speaking about things all the time, man. I don't know why. You know, they say I go too far.
Me either. I don't know why either.
Okay.
I put trying to commit suicide at work has got to be the most. First of all, it's selfish. I didn't even put that.
you
I was,
gonna get-
yeah, I was gonna put that, but I didn't. It's got to be one. It's not only selfish.
cry
It's
for attention as well.
ill calculated as well. So
didn't
your
really-
last ever day, you clocked in. That was your idea. You thought that was a good
paid
idea,
for it.
did you? Come on.
If you're gonna do it on the clock.
Listen, I'm a firm believer of whatever you're doing, do it on company time. If you're going to toilet, do it on company time.
100%.
If you're on your phone,
Company
do it on
yeah,
company
100%.
time. Having said that, come on, you can't clock in on your
I think
last
it's a
day on
cry
this
for.
earth.
You know, some people, you know, will only take suicide if they're in the mood. But you know, some people. Yeah, that was a dig. That was a dig. But yeah, no, for real. Some people's a cry for attention. They're not really on it because if you wouldn't do it
100%.
in a well populated area, you'd go out into the woods, you know,
Literally.
into the desert,
you was
do what
really
need
on
to be
it.
done.
100%. Jump from a train. Do it
So
like
yeah, no,
real
not
G.
the trains.
Yeah,
Come on,
real G.
inconvenience everybody.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's what I do.
So you're gonna try to take out as many people as possible. Yeah, that's true. If I'm taking my life, I ain't going alone. I'm not going alone. Oh.
I said I'm not going alone, you know.
I don't think we can release this, you know.
Yeah, no,
You're
this
doing
one's,
too much.
this one's for the archive. This one's for the archives. This one's for the archives.
I didn't
We're
actually
just gonna
say
bleep all of this.
To be fair, I didn't actually say anything.
When you rewatch it,
The whole thing.
and blur his mouth as well. So
Alright. There are so many mentions of passive racism, and speaking from a member of an ethnic minority, I just don't think that's accurate. The author didn't specify that the world that she's created is a depiction of real life, but it feels like that's what it's meant to represent.
Yeah.
You never and I don't think it's woke. I think this is spreading the victim disease. I don't go through life, you know, experiencing racism. I mean, I've been called the N-word a couple times. No, but for real, like,
Yeah, no.
you know, I don't think there's any racial barrier stopping you from doing anything you want to do in in the UK. At the
I
very
was
least.
literally about to say, not in this country.
Yeah, not in
Like,
this country.
Racial barriers exist, but like not even in America, it's way worse than it is actually here.
I don't know if even that's true. I don't even know if even in like certain states.
Yeah,
it's
that's
in
what
your, certain states is in your face. But I'm
That's
talking
what I
about like in most places. And obviously, I don't know. I've never been to America, but from what I see from social media, I don't see any racism.
But in the first world,
I don't see it. It's never affected me.
In the first world, so-called first world countries, I don't really believe there's actually proper barriers that are preventing you. Like what's it called? South Africa apartheid. There's nothing like that. Like that's genuinely like a level of even what's it called? Get blacks to the back of the bus, things like that. They used to have in America. Like we don't have any kind of barriers whatsoever. You could be an MP. You could literally be like an MP.
I think it's good that we've highlighted that there's not. I don't think there's anything stopping you from doing anything you want to do. But is there racist undertones? And what I mean by that is I've walked down the road at night time and there'll be an old woman in front of me. And she'll start speeding up a little bit, holding her bag or whatever. And I'd do the same if there was a black guy behind me. I'd clutch him up her. But the point is, I started speeding up because I wanted to overtake. I was thinking, this woman's in distress. I'm going to speed up to overtake. And that was the wrong thing to do because she started speeding up more. We started jogging down the road. And I'm trying to overtake. She started looking behind. And I thought,
cross country.
I started to enjoy it.
Now you're still cross country. But yeah, that's ridiculous. I think there's prejudice, but there's no racism. Racism requires the system has to be against you, preventing you from doing.
I don't know.
I think there's prejudice.
I think we have to look at the actual definition.
Yeah, there's prejudice.
We'll have to look at the definition.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at the definition. But I feel like there's people that think you are gonna do certain things because you're black. That's prejudice.
People that works in my favour.
But that's what I'm saying. It might be right. It might be wrong. But you see what I'm saying? I didn't say violence, but straight away you assumed I meant violence.
But it's
you know
true because
prejudice. You're prejudiced. You're part of the problem.
No, it's genuinely true. Everyone has these. It goes back to the stereotypes. Even I'm telling you, there's things that people will say to a woman that they won't say to a man.
Yeah,
you jump out your car on the road rage and you see a woman. You're like, hey, but you ain't doing it. It's the same sort of thing. It's not about colour.
Yeah, nah.
It's not. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I think it's complicated. But the main thing is there is nothing that's stopping you from doing anything you want to do. We got Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I mean? Even if he is one of the richest men in the country,
Bro,
he's brown.
He's Indian. Yeah, he's Indian. He's literally the Indian British Prime Minister. It's mad.
In fact, read this.
Do you know what's funny? I genuinely think black people are the most racist in the UK. Actually, to be fair.
Well,
most of the racism.
We have to not say UK. We have to say London.
London, yeah. Let's say
some
London.
of them man up in.
Yeah. No, who knows? Yeah, let's say London. I genuinely think a lot of racism comes from the black community in London, anyways.
Mate,
but
you seen black women? They are racist as hell. When they see white women, they just like.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good.
Go on. So.
I put. So wait, is Surya Wraith's real mother? What was up with his name, by the way? Who's called Wraith? That's such a strange name. Wraith.
Yeah.
That's such a strange name.
I've watched the film.
It's not like that demon that what's it called? The demon from Thor.
I don't know.
It was some demon or whatever.
But what I will say is I've heard of the name before because I've watched a show on Netflix called Outer Banks. Have you watched Outer Banks?
No.
Yeah, that's why. But it's an Australian sort of show, and one of the characters is called Wraith. So that's why.
Okay.
He's gonna pull up in a Wraith.
Thought it was a super.
Yeah, no, it's strange. It's strange.
But yeah, I put Surya.
It's not as strange as the name she wanted to call the son. What was it?
Yeah,
I can't remember. It's a weird name.
I put is Surya Wraith's real mother, as in he's her biological son, or did she simply carry and birth another woman's fertilized egg? Is it supposed to be clear by this point because it isn't? I did some research on surrogacy, and as it turns out, gestational surrogacy, which is when a fertilized egg is implanted into the carrier, results in a child which is biologically unrelated to the carrier, obviously. So unless Surya had intercourse with Wraith's father, they're not related at all, which I think is actually the important point.
No. Well, you're nearly there, but basically there's the two types of surrogacy.
Yeah, and then there's the traditional one.
No, but hear me out. There's two types of surrogacy. One, where they put the egg. So let's say I've got a partner. Alright, let's just say someone's put a fertilized egg inside of someone. Yeah. Right? Or the other one is they put
sperm, basically.
Sperm inside
the woman and inside the carrier. Yeah. And the carrier will be related to and the biological parents will be the dad and the carrier.
Yeah, and then they just give that baby over. Yeah, so this one is the first one. So
they plant the fertilizer.
But that is a good point because I've got a point to do with that.
I genuinely think it makes a huge difference because this whole book was like about her like seeking out her long lost son who's not her son.
It's not her son, exactly.
He's like not related. Don't look anything alike.
Exactly.
He's white, she's brown. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't even look at him and be like, yes, he looks like me. I see my eyes in him.
But
he's just some stranger.
But I mean, if we get technical now, we don't know how it feels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we don't know. We don't know.
If the writer's trying to get technical with it,
the writer should have done a better job of convincing us what it's like. But we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know what it's like. We don't know what it's like, innit? So, but yeah, it is. Maybe she wanted to try and get original with it because I'm sure there's actually thousands of people who do surrogacy, or thousands of women that are probably wondering where their child is and that have an actual biological stamp on them.
Yeah.
So that's not an original idea. I think maybe it was supposed to be just that little bit more technical, to not have anything to do with the child, but you still have this energy. Is what she's trying. I think maybe I'm trying to make the book work.
Maybe you're trying to make it work. I personally think because my next point has something to do with this as well, but I'll let you go first. But I genuinely thought it doesn't even make sense to try and replicate the same energy, but without any of the things that make the energy make sense. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but as I said, maybe just trying to make it original. Because,
See, she's trying to reinvent the wheel. It's basically what it seems like to me. Trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, I know. I did put that point, though. I said it's crazy how selfish Suri is. She hasn't even thought for a second what's best for Rafe. How could uprooting his life and spilling the beans benefit Rafe in any way? She was the one that sold Rafe like he was an object to get through school. Literally. She should deal with the consequences of her own actions for the rest of her life.
Give the money back, bro.
Exactly.
Literally. A deal was made and deal was broken. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well, both sides broke the deal.
Yeah, both sides broke it. But I put, if Surya can feel such a level of attachment to a child that is biologically unrelated to her, does that mean a mother's attachment to her actual children is an illusion? Because if you could just have these feelings for someone that's literally not related to you whatsoever.
Well, this is what I said. I think I said this last video, but that's a very, very good point. I basically said something along the lines of the human race, we are genuinely, if you think about it, a disease. Just like a coronavirus, we're designed to replicate and we're designed to survive and replicate. That's it, and take over. So for a successful virus to actually replicate, there has to be something in its design that makes it want to look after its young, or there has to be something that makes it want to replicate, and that's what we have
to keep the species alive, basically.
For you to sit here and say I love my child, right? Is there something deep rooted into your DNA to make you want to love your child? The answer is yes, which means you don't love your child. You're just deluded. It's as simple as that. There's no two ways about it. Something is making you think that or feel that, so you're not thinking straight. But there's no two ways about it.
That's what I'm saying. We live our whole lives based on these impulses that we think are conscious choices, or we think are like. Because you're hungry. Why are you hungry? Because your body needs energy. That's
and it's not even that. No, it's not that. Your belly goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you believe you're
hungry.
It's
worse than that. If you're starving, your belly might do that. When you go on the street, you see a McDonald's, you decide you're hungry. You've eaten already today. You see what I'm saying? You're not even hungry. Don't need the energy.
You've never felt hungry in your life.
You've
never felt hungry in your life.
100%.
You've never felt tired in your life.
Especially not us living in the first world.
You've never felt tired.
Literally not been hungry.
Yeah, right? You've never felt pain in your life. I mean, maybe women have.
There's levels to it.
Maybe women who give birth have. But you just think you know this shit. And you ain't got a fucking clue.
Which is good, because whenever people...
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury. It's a privilege. And people, for some reason, in this day and age, people always want to play the suffering Olympics. Like, who can be the biggest victim? My life is worse. No, my life is worse.
We don't know. We don't know what real suffering is. We don't know, genuinely.
Yeah, no, we genuinely don't know. But again, it's a privilege. We're sheltered. We're very, very sheltered in this life.
But this is what I say. It's good to know this stuff. To ground you. Because when I sit here complaining, my phone battery is dying, the internet's moving slow. It's like, there's billions of people on the planet who never had access to the internet. Who don't know about that stuff. But yeah.
They ain't got water and shit like that. In Flint.
We find out that Suri can't even claim to be Rafe's biological mother. It was Anna's egg. So that's even less of a reason for Suri to be going to track down Rafe. Rafe barely has anything to do with her.
Literally.
So yeah, it's just literally what he said. I tried to make the story work. That idea came to me, should I say, when you said it. But...
Yeah, no, it was ridiculous in my opinion. Because I was literally just like, why do you have such strong feelings of attachment to this
she
child?
definitely
It makes
believes she's
zero
got
sense.
strong feelings.
Like, if they'd done the second form of surrogacy and like the child was
I
like,
can understand.
child was
Like
brown
that.
and looked Sri Lankan or whatever, I'd be like, fair play.
I can understand, because who wouldn't want to just
100%.
see what they even look
just
like?
see what they look like. Bro, she knows what he looks like, not like you. He looks like them. I put the scene where Soria stalks a minor to his place of employment and then proceeds to stare at him for what I can only assume was like a good 20 minutes. Given how long she was describing his features for, this would be an entirely different scene if the gender roles were reversed, which
and
I just felt.
And there was a bit of an age gap.
And I think, bro, there was just the same age gap that there was already, because she's grown. He was like 16 or whatever he was. It would be an entirely different scene if the gender roles were reversed. And it's insane what you're allowed to get away with in Hollywood as long as you pick your genders wisely. If you pick wisely, you can get away with anything. Do you remember that movie we watched, Agent Cody Banks?
Yeah.
I remember, do you see what I'm saying? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's literally ridiculous what you could get away with.
Yeah.
I was just like...
What was I going to say? You know what? This book was terrible. But certain things didn't make sense. Well, one of those... Okay, the way they met... Because I haven't even got much more points. I've got 2 more points after that.
I've got 3
but it's funny because we're still so early into the book. But the rest of the book was just so not noteworthy.
Yeah.
But the way they met and whatnot was kind of realistic. But then to take her on a tour around the city and that was just like...
I was literally just like...
And then also, what was that about Rafe's family member or friend, this old woman?
Well, Edith. I thought that was his grandmother. I don't know who it was. No, it was some woman that was like...
What was that about?
I don't know. When she was just rolling weed or whatever.
What was that about?
When they said she had the Rizzler, I said...
weird. Like, is this what you've come here for? Like, is that the best you can do? Let me go.
Super weird.
I'm super underwhelmed with this book. I can't even say it's worth reading. It's a good thing that the writer has made use of the time travel between young Suri and current Suri, because I can't for the life of me figure out why this book is on the top 2023 list. The young Suri was more interesting than the current Suri.
Yeah.
You know,
it took me so long to clock that there was even time skipping going on, you know. It took me ages to clock. I was ridiculous. But as I said, I never go back. What's done is done. Just keep reading.
No, I don't go back, but I find myself going back last 30 seconds and whatnot if I've lost concentration. You don't do that either. You need to know. You got to do that.
Forward.
No.
Okay, everyone's gone back. Couple of seconds. Everyone's gone back. But if I'm like, clock, I haven't been listening for like the last chapter, just keep going. You hit a wall, push through it.
No, that's not good.
I put... To be fair to the book, I'm quite enjoying the different voices in the story, especially the ones in the Sri Lankan accents. It really does put you into the story, and expense should never be spared on authenticity.
It wasn't a different voice, was it? It was the same.
No, it was the same, but it was like different voices, and then they would have like Raid's voice, for example, and then they would have like... And it was just different voices. Sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had Raid's voice.
She was just putting on like a man's voice.
Or maybe she was. I didn't clock then. But yeah, the different voices is always going to be... It feels like a cheat code sometimes.
Yeah, no, of course it does. Of course it does.
It definitely...
So you've been definitely properly inducted into the audiobooks then?
Well, to be fair, because they're on Audible, because you pick the ones on Audible, and it's like right there. That
was the whole plan.
Yeah, that's true. But
that's the whole plan.
Some of them went on Audible in there, I swear. A couple of ones we did might have been on Audible.
So how would I listen to it?
I don't know how you be listening to that. Honestly,
I listened to it on Audible.
To be fair,
it was in Percy Jackson. I had to pay for Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
That's why I was so bitter about
it. I can't even remember why I was reading. There was a very good reason I had why I was reading actual PDFs. It had something to do with work, but it doesn't matter. I put education's actually a religion when you think about it. Like they said in the book, people believe in the traditional education route so staunchly that they sacrifice everything for it. When we were young, people always said study hard or you'll end up in KFC. Well, to be fair,
I got a funny story about that actually.
Go on.
But remind me, I wanted to reply to that. But yeah, funny story. I used to be a dustbin truck driver, and that's good money, right? 40 grand, you know, it's HGV. You're driving a lorry. That's where I started, right? Anyway, I didn't have to touch the bins. All I did was drive the lorry, move it forward. As the guys who loaded the bins put it on. Anyway, I think a woman was walking down the road with a child, and they stopped by me, and the woman said to the child, "If you don't do well in school, you're gonna be like him."
That's bad.
Like him.
That's bad.
Like, and I just looked at them, and I didn't even know what to say. I just ignored it and just kept moving. And went home, cried myself to sleep. But yeah, no, it was just so rude. That
ridiculous.
Was rude.
It's unbelievably
You're gonna
rude.
be like him.
Yeah, it's unbelievably rude. But to be
Fucking
fair, some of these
Karen.
jobs, literally, some of these jobs, like, bro, who's taking your rubbish? Someone doesn't take your rubbish.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to
I
do it.
literally said,
But the point I'm trying to
within 2
make,
weeks,
the point I'm trying to
will
make,
end
the
if
point I'm-
nobody takes the rubbish.
yeah, the point, 100%. The point I was trying to
Literally.
make is that it was good money, and she just.
That's the funniest thing. When you hear about, road sweeping, things like that in school, nobody ever tells you it's genuinely good money.
Well, yeah, no,
You
definitely.
never
No,
hear about that.
even doing the bins, you're making more than you're making at McDonald's and stuff like that, 100%. But yeah, what I wanted to say about the education, it's not a case of people. I can't remember what you said exactly. Did you say?
What she was like, he called.
Oh, you said no.
university.
You said education's a religion.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But what I will say is it's indoctrination, just like most of the things are in this world. Your parents didn't do well in education, or even if they did, and they think that's best for my child, so I'm gonna put it in their mind: education. And now in this day and age, there's more ways to make money than there ever has been. So education is less important. It can arguably still be important, but you just got look. I didn't go to uni, and I still make good money. I've got a friend who's gone to uni and has been made redundant. So that doesn't mean don't go to uni, but you just need to know what you're doing. And think about what you're doing. Think about where you're going to be in 5-10 years. Don't just go to uni for the sake of it. So yeah, it's indoctrination.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's how you capture the masses, isn't it? Indoctrination is literally with anything.
Yeah,
That's how you capture. That's how you capture it. Big Brother's watching. But yeah, no, look, I'm not even necessarily saying this for a bad. Obviously, just when you say in words like indoctrinate and masses and matrix and things like this, everyone has negative connotations. It doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. It just means if you want to get loads of people, like advertising, do you consent to adverts on your TV? No, you don't. They just pop up. You have to see it. By force. Not allowed to opt out.
Yeah.
You on the side of buses, you cannot opt out of this. They've literally stamped adverts on your brain, basically. Gillette, the best a man can get. You know that catchphrase because they've spammed it in front of your face so many times. It's advertising.
Yeah.
But yeah, she even called a university the Promised Land, and it's just funny that the Promised Land is being unemployed and like $9,000 in debt, which is basically
$9,000. You know, it's $9,000 a year. It used to be $3,000 a year.
I thought it was still $3,000.
No, it used to be, bro. When I went to uni, I just said I didn't go to uni, but I did go to uni for a year. I just remember
that was quick.
I did go to uni for a year
already.
But yeah, when I started uni, it was the first year it started being $9,000 a year. It's probably even more now.
That's mad. They just said triple the price.
Yeah, literally,
literally. So crazy how you can do that. Yeah, I put the point is being outside of the traditional education route is genuinely looked at like a sort of atheism, which I think it actually is.
That is actually a very good point. That is a very wow.
It's genuinely
impressed with
you
you.
look like an atheist.
Where did you steal that one from? No, that is good. That is good. Yeah, the non-believers.
Literally,
that's
the
what
non-believers.
They are. Non-believers.
They're looked at as literally like riffraff.
Or is it agnostic? Maybe not atheism. Because atheism is decided that you...
Yeah, atheism is like, I do not believe in...
But that means you believe that you do not believe anyway.
Yeah, you believe something.
Well, we're getting technical.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, your point is very, very good. That's very, very good. Oh my gosh. I'm going to think about
1-0.
Yeah, no, I'm going to think about that one. That's powerful. But yeah. How could the writer rob us from the feeling and the emotion of experiencing the crash? That's character building.
Yeah, no.
If this writer had it, it was there, easy win.
Yeah,
the Siri could have been in the car, and she was the only
tapping.
one that survived, and she experienced this. And like, how
Tapping.
could Joseph? It's a tapping. Oh, it's literally open goal.
They sweated it across the box.
Could she not be bothered?
I feel like authors, I kind of speak with some experience now because I do a little bit of writing, but I feel like authors are sometimes a bit shook to like cause chaos in books and like make bad things happen and like traumatize ourselves.
Well, they must be.
Authors get attached to characters because they live as people in our heads. They're literally living in our heads.
No, I hear what you're saying, but in this scenario, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
the characters are dying anyway.
Yeah,
make us feel it.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people don't want to. Not people don't want it. She clearly didn't want it, but
I hope that she didn't want to,
know.
and it's not that she didn't think of it. Because come on,
that's bad.
Come on, it's not like the book's too long. Oh, we need to cut it down. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. But
now.
What do we know? She made it onto like the best book of the year of the year list.
She got that there by being on her knees.
So what?
That's the only way. That's the only way.
Yeah, nah, which means the best job is whoever picks the best books of the year. It's a real best job, to be honest. We're here talking about fucking dustbin driver or whatever, or McDonald's
That's
worker.
the job you want.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they need to be teaching in the schools.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that. What? Anyway, go on.
I put, where exactly does Surya think all this is going to lead? Does she think she and Rafe are going to become best friends? Is she going to get shared custody of him? Is that her plans? Is he going to come and stay with them in Sri Lanka or wherever they lived before? I don't even know where they lived. Some crazy Asian woman following a random child around London. This is just inappropriate and it's just not going to go anywhere.
Sorry, say that last bit.
Yeah, it was just like this crazy Asian woman following this child around, taking a tour of London. It's just not going to go anywhere. Like, is she supposed to get closure? I don't know what her plans are for this.
It made no sense. It just...
And then at the end, it was literally just like, nice to meet you. I was really... So you're back where you started.
So you didn't mention the humorous bit that I thought was probably one of the best parts of the whole book.
I think I did think I skipped one, actually. What was yours? I want to see if it's the same.
I said, look at Miss Bandara when basically they had a philosophical... It's like a philosophical conversation of, we are... What they call badass. I'm a badass. You know, and she basically said that someone stuck 2 fingers up her ass on the bus, and she said, you know, I am fierce, and I turned around and grabbed his cockalocha or something like that, and I squeezed that cockalocha, and I didn't let go even when he screamed and fell to his knees. I still I held his cockalocha. And he said, I think it's people were screaming, he was screaming, he was, you know, turning purple. I still held his cockalocha. Whatever. And that was hilarious.
That's pretty bad.
And she said, yes, I am too. I'm badass. And you know, that was character building. So she's capable of doing it. She's capable.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she did none of it. None. So
it can be frustrating to me when we see instances of this where I'm literally just like, we know you have the technology, you have the capability, you have the skill set, you have everything you need. You just didn't do it. You literally just didn't do it, which is the worst way to basically not execute something great.
Exactly.
Because you just didn't do it. That's it. It's nothing more or less to it.
Honestly, I think we need to be editors.
Yeah,
but the problem
100%.
is, I don't want to sit reading things all day. I don't mind listening, but I'm not going to sit here reading text all day. That's dead. That is dead. So anyone who writes a book has to make it into audio format just for me, so I can listen to it and say, don't I care. Don't I care.
I put, the author's love for outrageous similes makes for some entertaining reading at least. My favourite so far has to be, she sucks in her lips as tightly as a cat's backside. I said, why a cat?
And how do you know
Why
that?
a backside? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Having said that, that paints a vivid picture.
Yeah. Wow.
Vivid picture. But yeah, I was actually like, why a cat? But it did make me laugh, I have to admit.
Yeah, but they do say, it's like kicking a puppy. You know, they always kick a puppy as well.
100%.
Like, there's anything wrong with that. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought, why did the author have Wraith call his parents by their first names to like almost disassociate him with his real parents to make her seem more like a... Because that's disgraceful if that's what she did. I think anyways.
We are going to have to end this right now.
Oh, it's battery done?
Battery's done.
Right,
And
battery's done.
we're finished anyway. So
Yeah, we're literally done. End the stream, Dave.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.